Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy. Last time we finally got through Future Frenzy, we completed Ski Craze, and after multiple goes did everything in Rings of Power. So now it is finally time to take care of something. It is finally time to get the yellow gem in hang''M high. Yes, Aku, that is what I am doing. By the way, this is take 2. I kept dying repeatedly and I thought, you know what, there's no point in starting the part like this, even though that's how I've started almost every other part of Crash 1 and Crash 2 and several of Crash 3. And yet, something tells me I'm still not the worst Crash player out there. I know there is a guy on... he like live streams all the games and yet he's referred to as the King of Hate. I mean, his videos are like, this is how you don't play. This and that. I don't know the guy's name, nor do I care. I hear he's not exactly a very bright person or a very nice person. Or maybe he's a nice person, I don't know. But anyway, there we go. That's it. After all we went through, that is it. Again, you can get it much earlier. You can get it before you even do the rest of the level. But you still have to collect 10 relics in order to do that. But what that does mean now is that we can go into Dynamite and we can finally get the box gem there. We can get into the hidden level Egopus Rex, and we can do the gem path in Buglight. However, we still have one level left in the final chamber, so I may as well just take care of that now. It is our final motorbike level at last. Area 51 question mark. So once again, since it's available from the start this time, I would recommend grabbing the time trial clock so that you can restart should you miss any boxes. It's not too bad here, thankfully, because of the difference in lighting. I nearly went past the clock there as well. Yeah, it's not so bad here compared to the original, because you can actually see the boxes coming a bit further ahead. But the UFOs do still like to do that. And it's the UFOs that make me think that originally this was supposed to be the level that you would enter after hitting that sign in Road Crash. Because the sign is in a motorbike level, and it has an alien on it. So that just makes more sense to me. You know, along with the fact that if Crash hits the sign, he goes into the portal, and then Coco ends up in Hot Coco. I call that a plot hole. Which is still one plot hole more than I can see in The Last Jedi. Oh, I went there and I also missed a box, and actually that's one plot hole tied with The Last Jedi, because I do know one. But that's it though. The one plot hole in The Last Jedi. Well, I may as well try and win the race. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be a gold time. But I can at the very least try and win the race. Unfortunately, there's still another UFO in front of this one. This race is really hard in the original. I only ever just barely make this one. I don't know if some of the changes are simply the PAL version, because I know that version, and I think it's the Japanese one as well, are considerably more difficult in a number of ways. Not just because the time trials are different or the enemies are behave differently or take more hits. They are in several other ways more difficult. There goes my victory. There goes my sapphire. Now, hopefully this is still a sapphire at the very least. Please let it still be a sapphire. I know for a fact it isn't a gold, but at least I got one thing out of the level. Oh my god, wow. That is impressive. That is generous. Why can't they always be that generous? Sadly, the platinums still aren't that nice, so they're still a nightmare to collect. The only levels that are easy to platinum are the boulder chasing levels and Crash 1. And to an extent the jetpack levels as well in Crash 2. That's about it though. Right, but we still gotta go back into the level and get the box gem. So, we'll cut back to when I finally get it. And there we go. I thought I missed it then. I thought I missed the last box, but thankfully I didn't. It was only very slightly faster. And I had to brake a few times as well. I wonder what that would have been if I didn't do that. But anyway, we're finally done with the motorbike. We never have to ride that thing again. Huzzah! Hurrah! Hooray! We don't have to ride that horrible thing all over again. It's a good thing I never want to ride a motorbike in real life. But anyway, we have just 3 levels left, but one of them is a pain. But since Oedipus Rex is our final level, we may as well do the level that isn't going to automatically unlock the boss, the final boss again. I mean, it's unlocked there, but it will become the only thing available and we won't be able to do anything else. So we're going to go into Bug Light first. So we can finally do the extra gem path. The extra gem path, yes, the extra gem path. Right into the snake. I completely forgot I had the speed shoes. I almost did it again. I have a Death Tornado Spin as well. I completely forgot I had the speed shoes even though I was just using them throughout the time trials. I don't know how, but I did. So we can just speed through the level, not having to worry about anything else. Until we get to the gem path, which isn't too far on into the level anyway. Come on, Doris, this fly only hangs around for so long. I don't know why the fly leaves us, he just leaves us. Oh, I got hit. Well, since I got hit, first thing I'm going to do, but I have this checkpoint here anyway. First thing I'm going to do is that. I only needed 2 because invincibility is not really going to help me in any other way. It's a good thing the platform stays there. The platform still glows. Yeah, you're not really going to make much use of the invincibility. And if you're playing the original Crash 3, the invincibility turns off when you jump on a platform anyway. They just, for some reason, don't use that here. Right, so that's the blue gem path. Next up is the green one, and this area is always lit. You don't need to worry about the flies around here. Bit weird that they took that out. I'm surprised I didn't get hurt there, though. Of course, the green gem path would have all of the nitro crates on it. Purple gem. And I don't think it really did it in Crash 2, but the scenery does slightly change to the colour of the gem. It's a bit more noticeable in the original compared to here. I mean, not by much. I mean, we certainly can't see much of it here because there isn't really any purple around. Woo! That was close. Okay, or you can just fall sideways. I guess maybe the pillars are slightly purple? Maybe? Anyway, yellow gem. See, this is why I don't know. If I didn't have the yellow gem, that blue gem path is still there. So if I just keep going and then be forced to backtrack? You can backtrack? Other than that, I don't see how you can actually win. If it still lets you on the platform. Or does the platform just not move? I've never really wanted to find out. Anyway, that's it. The only thing we need to worry about here is this pit. Which we don't really need to worry about. And there we go! So now we have 2 more levels left to do. Both of them involve travelling back to the furthest point you can in the game. The Mesozoic, the Cretaceous. Jurassic World coming to cinemas this June. 10 days before it, Jurassic World Evolution, which I am really looking forward to as a dinosaur fan and as a fan of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I really do like that game. It has its flaws, but I really do like the game. So, looking forward to Jurassic Park Evolution. Jurassic World Evolution. Whatever. World Park is the same thing, although in this case you're making like 5 of them. I don't remember that being the purpose of Isla Sorna. Yay! I still have my invincibility. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to make use of this later on in the level. I really wish I could. I can walk on lava now. Alright, here we go. Let's just take out what I can. Particularly these guys. These guys are the most annoying thing to backtrack against. Them are the lava pits. When you get to the end of this path, no, the platform does not take you back there. It takes you ahead of the level and then you have to backtrack against it. A design of which I really do not like. So, yeah, this is where all the remaining crates are. I hate these guys. I hate my ancestors. I don't remember evolution going right from fish to mammal. I thought it went like fish. Fish crawled onto land, became amphibian. Evolved dry skin, became reptile. Then evolved fur, became mammals. Birds would also be a thing. I still don't get why these things don't blow up the steel crates. A TNT explosion or a nitro explosion does not destroy the crates. But Coco's backside certainly can. Right, I am not going to hold down the run button. Yeah, this has to also be the most cryptic secret of the game. Of the series, even. Even after some of the things in Crash 2. But at least in Crash 2 they did give you some sort of hint. Even if it's something like going through a fake door. You at the very least are still given a hint. No, I don't want to go over that yet. I want to jump over here. That's 2 lives. And now we're good. There's nothing over there. I don't think it's possible to even get over there. We'll be coming back to that pathway. Now we have to backtrack. I hate backtracking. We've got to watch out for the fish guys. I've lost one Aku Aku. Gotta watch out for those things which just come out of nowhere. I don't know what they're called. I'm just going to call them the birdie boilers. At the very least the lighting does now help us with locating the lava pits. But it doesn't help with the birdie boilers or the enemies like that. Where they can just come out of nowhere. See, I hate that. You can't see them. Right. Baby T, I need your help. Not done yet. I still gotta backtrack further. If you lose Baby T, then this just became a lot more difficult. And this just became a lot more difficult. See, who thought this was a good idea? And who at Vicarious Visions decided not to move the camera further back? It's supposed to be a remaster. Remaster. You're backtracking a long way. Okay, I think we're at the end now. I think this is where I had to kill those crash fish. Okay, yeah. Now we can just go forwards. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Why do these Triceratops even live here? There's not much in the way of... In fact, here's a question. Why is there grass here to begin with? Grass is like 20 million years old, if not younger than that. This is supposed to be like 65 million years. There shouldn't be grass. There shouldn't be grass to slow me down. Alright, now we just gotta wait until I reach the next checkpoint. Thankfully, this 2D area shouldn't be too bad. Or the bonus room, whichever comes first. It's the bonus room. Okay, it doesn't work there. In the original, it is actually possible to as long as you run right on the end of the bonus room platform, you can actually trigger the Triceratops to run. But the moment everything loads back, the Triceratops will load back as well. So there isn't actually any way of outrunning it. Well, not outrunning it. You are outrunning it, but there isn't any way of doing it safely without the Triceratops chasing you. Which is a shame, but oh well. I just noticed the Wumpa Fruit image is glowing. It's like sparkling. And now there's a cat. I'll leave him to take care of the rest. I don't want it to become a cocoa boiler. Or do I? That sounds very nice, actually. Even though it's not called cocoa, it's called hot chocolate. God. See, again, I can barely avoid these things because I can't see them coming. It baffles me that the camera just gets closer and closer to you with each game. And with Crash, I mean, they still do it slightly here, but it's like in Crash 1, the camera was always moving so that you could be in the right position. So you could always see what was up ahead. The camera would go forward and back and up and down and all that sort of stuff. And it still does it to an extent in Crash 2 and 3, but not nearly as well. In Crash 3 it's practically non-existent. And it's just closer by default. So you really don't get any reaction time, especially when you have those jet streams or the speed shoes. So you're not even going to know when some of these lava pits are something you need to jump over. What? Hey, I wasn't finished. Hang on, how does this work? I haven't got all the relics or all of the gems. Oh, this is just weird, the way this is structured. Alright, fine. We'll come back to Megapuss Rex. They've got to do the final boss first. This is a really weird structure for this. Sometimes this force field fizzes out. Yeah, we know. It happens for no reason.
Yes, it is true. The Bandicoot has brought all the crystals and all of the gems to me. Ultimate power is mine. The world as we know it is about to end.
Alright, so we saw this before. I mean, I can understand them wanting to make, like, a post-game thing to do. But I really don't see the point when you have to face the final boss a second time. Like, I think... Right? I think Crash 2 got that structure right. Like, you can collect all of the gems on your way towards Cortex, and you still have to watch the bad ending first, but at the very least you don't have to fight the final boss again. You watch the final ending, you're sent back to the warp room, and then Embryo takes you to get the proper ending. Simple as that. I mean, nothing will ever be as bizarre as Crash 1's ending structure, but still. I just don't see the point of this. And yes, they brought that idea back in Wrath of Cortex. Of course they did. They brought every idea back in Wrath of Cortex. Apart from the animal riding, that's a very weird one. That's very weird that they didn't bring that back. Alright, one more go, but still, why? I don't get what it is you have to do. Do you just have to get all of the gems on the main levels? Because we've still got Egopus Rex. Oh no, I died. Cut.
Victory Screech!
Get in there, Cortex. Thank you. And that's it. That's the final... the true ending.
No, it cannot be! Not a prisoner of time again!
The Time Twister machine could not hold itself together. We were lucky to escape.
Give me the mask! With it, I shall take over the world! Come on!
It is difficult to say what has happened to our enemies, but I doubt we will see them for a long time.
So yeah, we just anticlimactically escape. I guess we went into the warp thing before any of that happened. But here's the thing, though: we delivered. What causes the thing to malfunction anyway? 'Cause we're warned about it after we defeated Entropy, but nothing actually ever comes from that. Nothing happens until the very end. Even then, that's after we've collected all the gems as well. What exactly did we do? We will never get an answer. By the way, after all that, that ending is now officially non-canon. Everything is perfectly fine again in Wrath of Cortex. I don't know if anything like Crash Team Racing is canon or not. I'm gonna assume no. Alright, but now we can finally have one last thing to do. We've gotta go back onto the yellow gem. We've gotta go back onto the yellow gem platform in order to get to it. Our final level. But yeah, I will say I do like how her baby Cortex still has the goatee. So yeah, that's a weird baby. I mean, they both look like weird babies. He's a baby with a goatee. I shall therefore dub him the Boss Baby. Though I've never actually seen that film. Again, this grass shouldn't be here. This is the Cretaceous. I completely ignored the pathway, didn't I? Oh, I hate when I do dumb stuff like that. That death was worth it then. By the way, I don't know if I maybe mentioned this in Crash 1. Getting 99 lives in every... Getting 99 lives is a trophy for every Crash game. Really easy to do in Crash 1. Fairly easy to do here. Quite a bit more annoying in Crash 2. Didn't help in my case. I'm just really bad at Crash 2. No, I didn't. I was on the right path. I thought I was. Everything looks the same, damn it. And my memory is really bad. Get on the platform, go. The 2D section, it put me off. Go, why are you tiptoeing? We don't unlock that ability in this game. It's just a stupid thing that was added in Wrath of Cortex for no reason. I don't know why we have such a hard time getting through grass. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of, well, without hitting that. I want the checkpoint, damn it! Don't know what that was. Right, ignore him. I want to get caught by this one. That is really cryptic, because there is nothing telling you about that. Oh, Coco at least had a weird sign, and they added an extra thing to help you in this one with that bird. So why is that not in the original? Anyway, welcome to Eggopus Rex. A bizarre little platforming level that pretty much relies on you keeping Baby T. And we sort of need to hope that I get the gold relic and the gem at the same time here. But the Pteranodons can put you off. I do find it kind of difficult to time them. I'm not even sure if it's possible to finish the level without Baby T. If it is, you have to make some really precise jumps. Stuff like that. Even with a slide, double jump, death tornado spin. Right, I think that's it. If Coco actually goes into the thing. I'll bet it was 53 seconds. I just bet it's 53 seconds. I'd say it's almost guaranteed. Unfortunately, I have no way of actually seeing it. So now we have to go back to the level again. Yep, just one gem left to go. I know how to get that. This is all that's left, so cut to when I get the relic. There we go. Lost BBC at the end, but I don't care. We've done it! That's it! That's everything! Well, not the Platinum Relics, but other than that, that is everything in the Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy. Again, if you somehow haven't ever played a Crash game before, I mean, I will always say that Wrath of Cortex is my favourite one. Not many would. But if you do want to play the original games, I would recommend that you play them this way. The N.Sane Trilogy, though it has its flaws, I still think it is the best way to experience all three games. Seeing as the gem collecting is much easier in Crash 1, even if some of the levels are more difficult. Crash 2 is better and Crash 3 is better, and yep, you get that gem for collecting all of the gold relics. You don't get anything for collecting the silver relics, and these fireworks look a hell of a lot better in the original. And they're also right around you rather than in the background. Yeah, and Crash 3 is still got many of the same problems, but I can actually like this version of Crash 3. In terms of the original, so Crash 1 is hard, but you know, I still like it. I like Crash 2, though I'd recommend trying to find one with getting a PS1 copy with analog control rather than the PS3 download. And you know, so many others will say get Crash 3 before the others. I wouldn't. I mean, if I said to you get Crash 1 and Crash 2, I would just say well, get Crash 3 as well, but. Actually, I think there's one little detail. If you leave Coco, oh, she's not going to show up now. Right, well, you can actually see that Coco is playing something on the screen. I think it's just showing clips of the other two games. But the N.Sane Trilogy is great. Again, it's going to be coming out this summer on Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure if there's a PC version or not. And you know, it's paved way. Everyone was asking for a Spyro remake, and we're now finally getting one. I just really hope that this means that we can finally get another brand new Crash game. If we're getting remasters, I wouldn't, of course, I know many people would like Crash Team Racing, but I don't see them doing that because that would pretty much mean remastering everything else. Or at least remastering 2 other things. I doubt it would be Crash Bash, seeing as Crash Team Racing is the only other game developed by Naughty Dog. But anyway, that's it. That's it for the N.Sane Trilogy. Maybe one of these days later down the road I will cover the original versions of the 3 games. It's not going to happen for some time. But yeah, so in terms of the next thing I'm going to be doing for the channel, well, in a few weeks time, but I mean about a month, just under a month and a half time, we are finally getting a sequel to my second favourite Disney Pixar movie. Monsters Inc. is my favourite, but we are finally getting The Incredibles 2, and I think that needs celebrating. We're finally heading into the title of licensed gaming, folks. Though we're actually going to be playing a relatively good game. Maybe, depending on how long it takes, I may cover both Incredibles games, Rise of the Underminer as well. Not too sure about that. But I can say that the next game we're going to be covering will be the Incredibles video game for the PlayStation 2. So, I will see you guys then. This video's gone on long enough as it is, even with the edits. I'm now editing a massive credits sequence, so enjoy the credits medley, and I will see you guys when it's showtime.